little over 100,000, believe it or not, illegal persons in this state right now. That has tripled since the year 2000, and as I said, it'll triple again if we don't do something about it. The estimated cost of those 100 million illegals in the state of Ohio is almost $900 million. $900 million. Those are taxpayer dollars. That's the cost of education. It's the cost of health care. It's the cost of the court system to deal with issues involving illegal immigrants, which comes to about $200 per household for every household in the state of Ohio. This is your money, and we're spending $800 million of it to subsidize illegal workers in the state of Ohio, and it's got to stop because, folks, we still have 300,000 citizens that don't have jobs, and we need to preserve those jobs for people here in Ohio. So what can we do? Well, what we can do is stop making Ohio a magnet for illegal workers. And there are two bills which I've sponsored in the Ohio House of Representatives, copies of which, or at least the front pages of which, you should have passed around. One is House Bill 114, and the other is 254. Let me talk first about 114. I couldn't believe my ears when I heard on the radio earlier this year that Ohio was about to issue driver's licenses to illegals. Now, when I say someone who's illegal here, this is someone who's admittedly illegal. This is under what's called the DACA, or DACA program, D-A-C-A, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. You know, it sounds so nice. They're just children. Well, the fact is, many of these DACA recipients are 30 years old, so they're not necessarily children at all. And of course, if you need a driver's license, presumably you're not a child, you're at least 16 years old. DACA, that is this program that the president initiated by executive order, was part of the DREAM Act. Now, you've heard of the DREAM Act. That was the federal law that some years ago was proposed to provide all kinds of benefits for illegal immigrants in the country. Folks, the DREAM Act was not passed. But the president is implementing it anyway through executive order. Well, you know, I wish I could stop that. I can't. But my goodness, we cannot allow the president's executive orders to control us here in the state of Ohio. The state of Ohio is not a department of the federal government. So House Bill 114 merely returns the law to what it was a year ago, which simply says that you actually have to be a U.S. citizen in order to get an Ohio driver's license. Now, there are people that are here on work permits and different things. You have to have some legal status if you're going to get a driver's license. But if you're here admittedly illegally, then no, you should not get a driver's license. Now, House Bill 254, which I just filed a couple of months ago now, it hasn't even had its first hearing yet, which again, I couldn't believe my ears when I hear on the radio that we are actually going to, 3 minutes, we're actually going to provide in-state discounted tuition for citizens who are here in the state of Ohio, I said citizens, or persons in the state of Ohio here illegally. Now, discounted tuition, it depends on where you go to school, but it's about a $15,000 discount if you're a resident of the state of Ohio. Guess who picks up the $15,000? The citizens of the state of Ohio do. If 1,000 so-called DACA recipients take advantage of that, it's going to cost you taxpayers $15 million. This is absurd. And hopefully we will get a good hearing on 254. On each of these sheets, I have given you at the top the chairman of the committees that are hearing those bills. You can go to the House of Representatives website and read the entire bill, not just the first page. But I want you, please, burn up those phone numbers. Tell those chairmen that you want to have further hearings on these bills so we can get them passed in Ohio. And let me just leave you with this. The two final things. First, we have something in Ohio called the Ohio Hispanic Commission. The Ohio Hispanic Commission promotes Hispanic issues, cultural issues, political issues. Nothing wrong with that. They have turned into a political organization that actually supports all kinds of illegal illegal immigrant issues, including both the driver's licenses and discounted tuition. The Ohio Hispanic Commission has a budget of $500,000 a year paid for by you. The Ohio Hispanic Commission is a commission funded, created by the state legislature. I argued vehemently to take it out of the budget last year, unfortunately unsuccessfully. I urge you to keep the Ohio Hispanic Commission on your radar screen as to what they're doing, and let your legislators know when they oppose. Now, let me finish with this. As I said, this is a spiritual battle. 6 years ago, when I ran for my first local elected office, my daughter, who was my campaign manager and a wonderful conservative, she said, "You know, Dad, I'd never run for office before. I ran against a 14-year incumbent. How are we going to do this? How are we going to win?" And it was true again when I ran for statewide or for state representative. How are we going to win? There's two things we have to do, folks. We have to pray hard and we have to work hard. Thank you very much.